Today, we're going to break down a story that pretty much flips the script on everything you've been told about building a successful tech business.
So get this. How on earth does an app that does something you can basically get for free pull in $250,000 every single month? And what if all that conventional wisdom about adding more features and more options, what if that's not just wrong, but it's the very thing that's killing your sales? Well, the story of this one simple app proves it. Okay, so this whole story is about an app called Letterly and its founder, a guy named Anton. And he figured out this really powerful, kind of backwards secret to success. But only after years and years of failure. So what exactly is Letterly? Honestly, it's an incredibly simple idea. You just talk into your phone, and it turns your speech into polished, ready-to-go text. That's it. That's the whole thing. But to really get why this super simple app works so well, you got to understand where Anton came from. This wasn't some overnight success story. It was built on a huge pile of failed projects. For 15 years, think about that, 15 years, Anton launched something like 6 or 7 different startups, and every single one of them failed. His big mistake, and he admits this himself, was always trying to build something totally brand new, things that people just didn't really need. Then, 2 years ago, he completely changed his strategy and launched Letterly. And this is where everything clicked. The secret to Letterly wasn't about building something new and complicated. Nope, it was about becoming a master of simplicity. It really brings to mind that famous Steve Jobs quote, "Making something truly simple is way harder than making it complex." It takes so much work to get your thinking clean, to cut out all the noise and focus on what really matters. Now, this right here is the core of the whole idea. Most people think more features means more value. But Anton follows a different rule entirely. Every single point of friction, every extra click, every confusing menu is literally costing you money. His entire competitive advantage is being obsessed with making things effortless. Anton even has a name for this. He calls it user experience as a multiplier. Think about it like this. A great user experience isn't just one more nice-to-have feature. It's like pouring gasoline on a fire. It makes your marketing work better. It makes your sales process smoother. It makes customers stick around longer. It just multiplies the power of everything else you're doing. And here's exactly what that looks like in the real world. When your app is super easy to use, getting people started is a breeze. They stick around longer because it's not a pain to use. They're way more likely to actually pull out their credit card and pay. And maybe the best part, they're so happy with it, they tell all their friends. The app basically starts to sell itself. Okay, so this whole philosophy of simplicity and this user experience multiplier, it all sounds good, but does it actually make any money? Let's dive into the numbers behind Letterly's business model. The headline number is just insane. $250,000 in monthly recurring revenue. And this isn't a one-time thing. This is a consistent, high-performing business month after month. And where does all that money come from? It comes from 20,000 people who are happy to pay for this service every single month. Remember, they're paying for this even though there are free alternatives out there. And in just 2 years, the app has been downloaded 150,000 times. That just shows you there's a huge demand for this super focused, simple approach. Okay, now this is where the story gets absolutely wild. Let's look at their monthly costs. The actual AI tech, just $5,000 a month. The whole team of 10 people, only $30,000. But look at their advertising budget, $200,000 every single month. This is that UX multiplier in action. Their app is so smooth and converts so well that they can pour a ton of money into ads and still make a profit. They're not just a tech company, they're a growth machine that's built on a simple, amazing experience. So after 15 years of failing and now this huge success, Anton has basically created a playbook for other founders. Let's break down his key rules for building a business like this. First off, he says that real simplicity is expensive because you have to constantly refine it. You have to simplify when it's just a drawing. You have to simplify again when you're actually building the thing. And then you have to simplify again after it's launched based on how real people are using it. It's just a never-ending cycle of making it better by making it simpler. And here are his 5 golden rules. Number 1, don't do it alone. Get co-founders. 2, build fast. You should be able to launch in 1 or 2 months, not years. 3, and this one is so important, don't try to invent a whole new category.
Find an idea that's already working and just do it better, simpler. 4, the moment you see real traction, you have to go all in, 100%. And 5, make sure you build something that people will pay for from day one. That's how you prove you have a real business.
So, we've looked at the philosophy, the insane numbers, and the rules. What's the one big lesson we should all take away from Letterly's incredible success? Here's the bottom line. Stop chasing complexity. Instead, find something that's already proven to work and become absolutely obsessed with making it simpler. That amazing user experience isn't just a nice to have, it's the engine that makes a massive $200,000 ad budget not just possible, but profitable. Simplicity creates the value, and then the marketing can scale it to the moon.
So I'll just leave you with this final thought. It doesn't matter if you're building a business, an app, or just working on a personal project. The lesson from Letterly is crystal clear. The most important question you can ask yourself is this: what is the one point of friction you could remove today to unlock its real potential?